Well, when Kimberly first came to live with us, she was in foster care. She and her brother were foster children. When foster kids especially come into your home, you have to develop a hard heart. I know it sounds terrible, but you do, because you know they're going to leave. With Kim and Ian, it was almost like they were ours. As soon as they walked in the door, it was an immediate thing. Kimmy couldn't talk, she couldn't hear. She really couldn't communicate. Now 18 years later, Ian says, I wish we hadn't taught her how to talk, because she never stops. She's doing well. She really, really is, considering the point that she was at when she came to live with us. We took Kimmy down to have an MRI done. And as we were doing that MRI, we got it done. They had her brain scan done. Kimmy came out of the machine, and she was different. As we got in the car, she sat in the back seat, very quietly, which is not what Kimmy does. And all of a sudden, we're going down the road, and she says, Dad, can you spell Wisconsin backwards? Now, this is from a girl who still, at 18, cannot articulate. And I said, no, Kimmy, I can't spell Wisconsin backwards, can you? And she goes, sure. Bzzzt. I stopped the car. I did not believe I had my daughter in the back seat. She spelled that backwards just like she'd done it her whole entire lifetime. So we came up with this. All of a sudden we came up and we go, oh, this is pretty interesting. And it kind of scared us, because we weren't ready for what happened. As we went home, she would carry on a conversation just like normal people, if there is such a thing. And it lasted for a week. There was this beautiful little girl that's been hidden in this sometimes not so beautiful little girl that came out and presented herself to the world. And we knew that all the work that we'd done for her, we were being rewarded. That we were allowed to see the little girl that we knew was in there. That's the biggest change. And after a week probably, Kimmy slowly regressed back into her shell again, where we can talk with her, we can communicate with her, but it's hard for Kimmy to reason. It's hard for her to understand what's going on around her. And that's why she is with us or with somebody constantly, is to keep her safe. Parts of her brain that are always there, but she can't get to. And I really truly believe that's what happened. That the knowledge is there. She's able to take it in, but she's not able to take it out. And I think that created the doorway for it to get out. If you haven't walked the mile in somebody's moccasins with a child with FAS, you haven't walked a mile.